What happened to Trina Robinson on General Hospital Video? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel General Hospital Update. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. What happened to Trina Robinson on General Hospital? Hey ABC soap opera fans. We're here to answer a question that people are asking about a fan favorite. What happened to Trina Robinson on GA? Off the cuff, the thing that you should know is that Sydney Michaela was the original actress who started as Trina Robinson. But she left the soap, and Tamiana Ali plays her now. The first thing that happened to Trina Robinson on General Hospital is that she fell for a bad boy. Then, she tried to love a nice boy, but the nice boy was killed. And then she fell in love with that same bad boy. Things were bad from the jump when Spencer Cassadine first came back to town. When they did a SLRS, soap opera Rapid Aging Syndrome, recast on him, and then brought in Nicholas Chebes to play a grown-up and very hunky Cassadine prince. He came back to town and was staying away from friends and family, and he's lying and calling himself Victor, which is pretty ironic, since now Victor Cassadine is back and the one poised to bring serious harm to his captives. Esm Prince targeted Trina from the start on GA. Now, let's dig into what happened to Trina. For a while now, Spencer's been completely captivated by this young lady, really from the time he saw her, but his loathsome girlfriend at the time. Esm Prince constantly targeted Ms. Robinson. She could tell that Spencer really cared about the other girl, and after Esmond's awful antics, Trina wound up arrested and facing criminal charges. She'd been accused of filming her best friend, Jocelyn Jacks, sleeping with her then-boyfriend Cam Weber. So, the first answer to what happened to Trina is that she was set up by Esm. If you don't remember this, Esm, of course, she's now an amnesiac. But back then, she was just a full villain. Esm bought a burner phone and set it all up to look like Trina recorded Joss with Cam, and then sent the video to all their friends at college. However, Joss and Cam really didn't ever think that she did it. And sure enough, they were convinced that she didn't. Spencer was trying to take down Esm and get proof against her so that he could save the girl he'd fallen for. Although at the time, Trina didn't know it and she was very angry with Spencer. But Esm was exposed in the end. However, there was another wrinkle. Falling for a nice guy on General Hospital proved tragic. So the next thing that happened to Trina Robinson was she met a very nice police officer. Unfortunately, it was in the midst of all her legal troubles. While she was arrested, she met Rory Cabrera. He was a nice rookie cop, and he was head over heels for her. They had very different interests. She was into the art world. He was more of a sci-fi nerd who went to conventions and stuff, and the bottom line was that Trina couldn't keep her mind off of Spencer. Unfortunately, Rory died before she had the chance to call things off with him. Well, I guess that's unfortunate because she feels guilty. Fortunate for him, because he never had to know that she was into the other guy. But the hook killer took Rory out, and now we know that it is Esm Prince's awful mom, Heather Weber, who was the hook killer. She's the one who killed Rory. Now, Esm's broken up from Spencer, and is an amnesiac. Plus, she had his dad's child. So what happened to Trina Robinson on General Hospital next? Trina Robinson with Spencer. But she calls him out on GH. Finally, Trina and Spencer are honest with each other about their feelings, and they're free to be together. They recently declared all their feels for each other and shared some really sweet kisses. But at the same time, Trina is not someone who's going to let Spencer walk all over her. As a matter of fact, she just chewed him out at the nurse's ball for talking down to Dex Heller. You might remember, he called him the help. And she really hates that entitled side to him, but she seems to love the rest. So now, we come to the most timely occurrence of what happened to Trina Robinson. What happens to Trina next on General Hospital? Victor Cassadine trouble. What's happened to Trina Robinson is she's essentially been taken captive by Victor Cassadine. Although, he doesn't know yet that he has her as a captive. Official General Hospital spoilers teased that somebody was going to stow away on the Haunted Star. When Victor took hostages, including his great-nephew, he called Spencer and ordered him to report to the Haunted Star. Trina's really worried about him, and she doesn't like Victor having a role in his life. She doesn't like any of this Cassadine stuff that's going on. And so it turns out that she followed him to the dock, and then she snuck on board the Haunted Star. Meanwhile, Victor didn't tell Spencer what he was doing. Instead, he had them fire up the engines, and they took off out of the harbor in Port Charles. and they're heading to Venezuela with Trina as a stowaway. She's creeping around and putting her life at risk. She hoped to find a way to alert the authorities back in Port Charles about where they are and what's going on. First, she broke into the stateroom where Spencer was locked, courtesy of his great uncle. He was stunned to see her and absolutely horrified that she was there. Because of all the things that have happened to Trina on General Hospital, her being in his awful uncle's clutches is the last thing that her boyfriend wants. Trina's life at risk on ABC soap opera. Trina's life is at risk. This is really bad, and it's doubtful that her stowaway scheme is going to last very long. Given how many henchmen Victor has on board the boat, he's perfectly capable of just throwing her overboard. Remember, he tried to kill his son's soulmate, Anna Devane. Of course, Anna survived, but as far as Victor knows, he did kill her. She's alive, thankfully. We have to wonder, would Victor do a similar thing and just throw Trina overboard? Probably not, because he doesn't want to alienate Spencer, and he knows if he killed her that he would. Instead, we expect Victor to use Trina as leverage to keep control over his great-nephew. Also on board the boat against their will is Dr. Liesl Obrecht and Baby Ace Cassadine. To be fair, Baby Ace doesn't really know where he is or what's going on, but he definitely wants to be with his mom and his grandma. And he doesn't want to be there with Victor. So, including Sprina, Victor has 4 hostages right now, but he doesn't yet know that teeny tiny Ms. Robinson is on board. Instead, she's been hiding out, creeping around. She's been enjoying a view of Spencer in a towel. They shared some stolen kisses. But we expect that all to end soon. We totally expect that what's gonna happen next to Trina Robinson is she's going to wind up caught, captured, and on Victor's radar. What will happen to Trina in Cassadine Crisis on General Hospital? It's too bad it's not Pleasure Cruise. If it was, Spencer could lock her in his stateroom and they can have more time to canoodle. They're still enjoying the first blushes of a new romance. But it's doubtful that they're gonna get too far before all hell breaks loose on the Haunted Star. Liesl is not one to take things lying down, and she wants to be back in Port Charles donating her bone marrow to Willow Tate. Spencer and his girlfriend may join in. Maybe we'll see a mutiny aboard the Haunted Star. Wouldn't that be fun? And if you are still wondering what happened to her, as of right now, she's stowed away on a boat at sea that is headed to a Cassadine property. They're about to hit Venezuela, and she's planning to try and sabotage the engines of the yacht to stop this awful plot. Let's hope nothing worse happens to Trina Robinson on General Hospital. Get more of your top GH spoilers from Soap Dirt. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel.